When something feeds your soul the way that Georgetown does, it's a place you would never leave.
That sense of wonder and awe that I had as a 19-year-old, I still carry with me.
Although it's changed dramatically in the 50 years, it's still Georgetown, and it still feels like home.
Faith is alive on this campus, and you can see it. It's a living, breathing thing.
Georgetown really instills those values in you to give back to the community. That's something that we all want to take with us.
I believe that I am a better person because I came to Georgetown.
I have no plans to retire because I get up every morning and I'm anxious to go to work. Georgetown has given me that.
Georgetown has been a part of my life since the day I was born. My grandfather graduated May 28, 1928 from the law school, and he met my grandmother that day on Healy steps. And 60 years later to the day, I graduated on Healy lawn.
It was a foregone conclusion for me that I would try to go to Georgetown. I didn't really consider anywhere else seriously. I loved the city. I loved the Jesuit influence was huge in my life.
Like so many before me, when I walked in the gates, that was it.
I noticed that the individuals who had most input into the policy area were lawyers from Georgetown Law School.
I grew up in the Hollow, which is the Italian section of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I think I just wanted to get out and see a little bit more of the world, which obviously happened at Georgetown.
Just meeting friends from all over the country, all over the world. Georgetown really broadened my horizons.
Georgetown essentially built the foundation upon which my career was premised.
The education I had here has guided me to where I am now, having changed careers from law and to being a small business owner.
Georgetown was the fertile ground where the seeds that were sown in high school allowed me to flourish. You know, I'm so Jesuit trained, but it's made a difference.
The ability to see things on all sides, to be willing to accept new ideas and change your course if it proves up to be inferior, was a huge gift.
I'm on an ophthalmology rotation at Georgetown Hospital. Well, next thing I know, the attending, John O'Neill, who's the pediatric ophthalmologist, says, "Alan, you're going to be scrubbing in and assisting me." And an hour later, I'm putting my first suture in an eye muscle, and I was hooked on ophthalmology after that.
There were so many opportunities as a student in working in the community. Those and other experiences really cemented my interest in serving others, which led me to Levi Strauss & Company in corporate philanthropy.
I started representing Native American tribes, which was work that gave me the impetus to at least try to use my legal education for the benefit of others.
Probably the most stressful and most rewarding day of my time at Georgetown was the first day at the School of Foreign Service in Qatar, because frankly, I had no idea if anybody was going to show up. And I remember walking out in the hall and seeing all these students and feeling like, wow, we're launching something.
As a student, I was a student, and I did fun things and I studied, but I don't think I woke up in the morning thinking about being a woman for others. That came later.
After graduating, the first thing I did, I think, in the first week, I joined the Georgetown Alumni Club and actually helped plan a John Carroll weekend.
And it was in my service through the Alumni Association for many years that really made me take to my heart and soul what it means to live a Jesuit-educated life.
I was asked to co-chair the John Carroll weekend in Los Angeles. I love to plan events, and this was the granddaddy of them all.
The dean is now beginning to establish a recognition for the law and technology area here at Georgetown. I think in the future, Georgetown needs to expand its global reach, and it's doing so.
We got involved with the Georgetown Scholarship Program, working with active alums and staff that really wanted to bring the best and brightest students to Georgetown, irregardless of their ability to pay, and to see, the Georgetown community pulling together to make that happen.
I came to look at the chapel, and it really needed some serious work, and so we said we would love to do Dahlgren Chapel. There's nothing we could do in our life better than that, and Kathleen immediately responded and said, we are in. We are all in for Dahlgren and for Georgetown. Every day I just pinch myself to have been able to do that.
At Georgetown, you always feel that you're working on a greater goal.
What makes it successful are the people, dedicated people, to keep this university going. Whether it be, fundraising or Hoya Gateway.
The commitment to teaching and to developing the next generation of international affairs experts. That's where I have my most rewarding experience. So seeing generations of young people come through and go on and do things in the real world, that to me is very rewarding.
I was thrilled and very honored to get the John Carroll Award and be recognized by the Georgetown community.
I left Rome when I was 8 years old, came to this country as an immigrant, and it's a privilege to be able to go back to Rome and be recognized by Georgetown University.
One of the things that drew me here was being deeply involved in the community. To be recognized for that almost 40 years later is very humbling and overwhelming.
I have spent my life here, and so winning the John Carroll Award is an incredibly powerful moment for me.
Saturday. There you go. Thank you.
You kind of wonder how a pediatrician who takes care of runny noses can, stand next to some of the folks who have gotten this award.
The only way to justify it, quite frankly, is that it is a representation or a metaphor of how important Georgetown's been to me, my wife, my family, going on to 3 generations of family now.
The Patrick Healy Award is gratifying because it comes for the alumni. The university can't be better than its alumni, and we have a fabulous alumni for whom I have such great admiration and appreciation.